Hi there, my name's Kate from Fab Physio. Thank you for joining me for one of these 10-minute series. Today we're working into our core quite hard, but also getting our glutes and legs involved. So let's get started. We're going to start by coming up into this sort of kneeling position and waking up through our thighs and our glutes. We're going to inhale down and exhale rise. So waking up through the legs and keeping our body nice and tall so that actually when we come in, our tummy starts to harden as well. And if you need to check and get your fingers underneath your ribs or into that midline bit, use your breath to help facilitate that, and really helps to engage your core a little bit tighter. Inhale down. Squeeze through your glutes, making sure that you're not overcompensating, and stretch through the shoulder blades as well. So a really nice position, and it does mimic getting up off the floor with babe, as well as getting pelvic floor squeeze as well if you can. Let's do 3 more. And 2, and 1. Come onto hands and knees. Let's start to wake a little bit more into specific glute and hip muscles. So in this nice neutral spine, make sure that you're not too arched or too curled. Slot the shoulders down. Start to extend one leg away and hold it nice and high. Make sure that you're not dropping or overextending, okay? Just in line with your hip. And we're just going to come down and up, using the breath as you pulse. Blow and lift. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it out, stretch. Now bend the knee, tilt the heel, and start to pulse up to the ceiling. Again, little pulses, squeezing, using your breath. 5, 3, 2, 1, and put it down. Same on the other side. Keep nice and straight through the back. Extend the leg. Drop the shoulders, using your breath again to pulse and blow out. Making sure that our tummies are nice and tight for another 5, 4, and that's why we don't want to arch, because it's the tummy that's doing the work. And the last one. Hold it out nice and long, extend through the neck again, bend the knee, flex the ankle, and start little pulses up to the ceiling. A good little burner into the glutes there. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back down. Hips hip width apart. Now if you want to come onto fists or hands, please do. We're going to come into a hover, which means tucking your toes under, dropping your shoulders, and lifting through the knees. Inhale down. Blow out as you lift, and you're only a few inches off the mat. Inhale down, drop the shoulders so you're not taking too much weight through them. Make sure you push back into your legs a little bit more. Push through the big toe and down. 5 more. Exhale as you rise. Inhale down. 3 more. We're not holding it for long. Make sure you give yourself that little break. And last one, lift up and lower. 1 foot between your hands. Lunge out, get a nice little stretch into the hips there. Opposite hand to the foot that is forward, and rise up into a nice rotation stretch. So you should feel that into the hips, into your hip flexors, into the front of your thigh, and opening up through the collarbones as well. Always taking a deep breath into a stretch, and then we'll repeat on the other side. Bring the foot forward, opposite hand there. Lunge into it a little bit, and when you're ready, rotate round. Dropping the shoulders, nice and open through collarbones. And gently ease hands and hips back together. So taking the hips down, and we're going to roll onto your side. So let's start on one side, where we're getting a lift into our side plank At the same time, we're going to extend a leg. So we're working into our top glutes as well as stabilizing through our core. Exhale as you lift. Extend the leg and with a little pulse. Now if that's too easy, feel free to extend the bottom leg. Come up maybe onto your hand. If you need a rest, bring it back down. We'll lift again, pulsing for 10. Little pulses, keeping your heel in line with your hip and shoulder. And then we're back down again. Well done. Just wakening up through those side muscles. We're going to rotate round onto our backs before we repeat the other side. Lifting one leg up. Bring the knee quite close to you as you lift your other one up into a nice tabletop position. Now, if you need, take hold of one knee, lengthen the other one, and bring it in. Switch over, blow out, and together. If you can do it with palms by your side, even better. But please feel free to keep grabbing that knee. And it just gives you that extra little support and maybe a little push down of your lower back to prevent it from overarching. Pointing the toes quite high. We're not going down towards the mat. And you should feel that working into those abdominals. Always breathing out. If you feel like you're breath holding, then you're creating pressure into your tummy muscles. And we can't be having that just now. That's going to create a downward pressure into our pelvic floor. Let's just do 2 more here. Now, if you can, keep your legs up into tabletop. Yes, your thighs might start to burn here. If you want, you can put them down. Hands behind your head. We're going to lift the head. This time pushing the back down and the ribs are coming down with us. Inhale down. Legs stayed nicely glued together. Exhale, lift. And see if you can bring pelvic floor up to meet those ribs as they come down. Inhale down, relax the belly. Exhale, lift. Have a little feel. Always being conscious of, is there a little dome or a little gap? And can I make it harden? You're trying to reduce the depth rather than the width. Feel how it hardens as you lift your head, as you engage through the breath. And another 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Release the legs if you haven't already. Keep the arms nice and high as we lift and peel and reach up with our hips and slowly return them back down. Again, working nice and hard through the thighs and the glutes, and then roll the spine back down. Blow as you come up, pushing through both the heels and the big toes. Roll it back down. Inhale. Squeeze and lift nice and high. And then last one. And rolling it back down. Let's repeat and even everything up onto the other side plank. So elbow underneath shoulder, extending top leg. Let's rise up first, engaging through the core, and then with little pulses, you're trying to hold it there. Now you'll feel that burning a little bit into the shoulders. Keep the leg in nice lengthened position in line with your shoulder. Have a little rest if you need. Make sure you breathe. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Now we'll just stretch out the legs a little bit. So come into a nice long position with one, tuck the other one into the side. So as we reach down to our toes, just go as far as is comfortable. You'll feel that pulling up into the hip as well as the hamstrings, and maybe across into the other side as well. Take it easy. Let's flex and rotate the ankles. And repeating on the other side. Sitting nice and tall first, opening the hips. For some people that might be enough. And then just try and go down to the knee, start to curl through the upper body and reaching as far as is comfortable. Don't push it. We're not aiming to try and stretch it out too much, just a nice little warm-up. Good. Always tighter on one side than the other, so maybe repeat it on that side. And soles together, opening up the hips, taking it easy here as well. Really tight through these inner thighs as the pelvis is trying to come back together. So, well done. Thank you for joining me. Check out some of the other 10-minute series for upper body core strength or a little bit more stretching.